Hello.
Hello.
Good morning and welcome to Tuesday. So we are, this is Delenn Russell, and you guys had not seen on this weekend, we had ourselves an absolute blast on the Dadcraft Patreon servers weekend. It was fantastic. And proper good morning to Fantastic Sherlock Fox. I did see you guys pop in, and good morning to Zerk as well. Have a great work day for both of you. I know that you guys have things to do while you're here, so I do understand. Yeah, so I figured today, as a bit of a come down from the weekend, I'll just show you where the base, or where the storage I was working on Sunday left off, and then get into just some generic base tweaks, some little stuff. I probably will muck around with the melon farm a little bit, like I'd given up on the weekend, and we'll just figure it out as we go. Kludgy solutions, but it works. And then maybe do a little bit of signage so that we don't do as much poking around into chests and things over and over and over. So that's where the plan is for today. Not much big on the agenda, but small turns big with swirling, so we'll just have to see where things go. And first thing I meant to do was see if I had any sand, because I think I may have run out. No, I got sand. We'll go get some more later, but it never hurts to have excess glass. So let's pick one of these. Got 1, 2. There, 1 there. I'll get that going. Oh, I still have sand in here. That's not. Good morning, everybody. All right, there we go. My brain has maybe kicked back in. Let's see. Sometimes I think that the hoppers and stuff seem to have gotten faster, but I think it's just my imagination. That could be perception, meaning I've got slower. Okay. So I learned to fly on the weekend. Most of the time it works. I have quite a few thumps that get you down pretty quick. But I rebuilt the storage system twice. Oops, too high. Oh, nope, that's not going to work. Yeah. Fail. Oh well. Things like that do happen still. My aim for trying to land is not great yet, but that's okay. Dark under this thing. I keep forgetting that. So, yes. Oh, did I really? Okay. Built it 1 too high because I forgot to put the last water in. Come here. There, that's better. Don't walk off the edge. So I built the same thing 3 times because I had it going in a completely different direction along this side, and it was too high, 1 block too high. So yeah, the way it works around here. So I had to reorient all these things and built it out the other side. Not ideal. So basically, instead of a hopper chain, I went with a water stream. It's short, sweet. It kind of does the trick, but stuff gets jammed. Like about your hopper 3, and that's just 4, whatever it is. But it gets jammed in here, and so some stuff in there despawns, which just means that I should take the time to swap around what's in here so that what despawns is less critical. But that's one of those not super essential to do on stream items. I don't think so. And I'm still a chicken when it comes to coming down the scaffolding to another set of scaffolding, so that's why this is dirt for now. It'll be actually a glass platform when I finish the glass in the furnace and whatever. But, you know, everything's starting to get sorted, which is kind of nice. I found out that it's fussy up top, so if there's anything going through the system, can't muck around with the filters at the same time. But that's a learning thing because I always relearn that one. Do I want to change it now? No, I can't be bothered. On the end, that's going to be just whatever flops over the top. But we have multiple rows of space for excess stuff. And I'm pleased with the number we have here because it's more than I will ever need. So the idea then is just to make that hoppy elevator, up a couple more rows, and that way I don't have to worry about as much dealing with scaffolding and silliness like that. So yeah, that's all she wrote for that one. Might as well just get to it. But first, I'm going to kill that. I guess I could go upstairs and turn the farm on while I'm at it. That might not be a bad idea. There we go. On the bright side, rockets are cheap, so I don't have to worry. Whoa, whoops, too high. Oh. I don't have to worry quite so much about climbing into things and not having enough rockets. I just remember to keep them with me because that's something I've forgotten twice. Jumped off there and went, uh-oh, no rockets. I'm raking it in. Actually, that's the stuff from the farm before I did the storage. I'm listening for it to turn off, which it does seem to do. Should be good now. If I can land any better than I did the last time. Wide berth. Back. Well, could be worse. Oops. There. Alright, so let's just... oh, whoops, that's not going to work as well as I'd hoped. Oh well. Ditch this one. This one. Eh, whatever. You're going to lose one. It's probably better than not one you need anyway. Funny. I was thinking about it the other day, and I guess not funny so much after all, but I was trying to figure out, people were talking about being new streamers and wanting to try new things, and it occurred to me that I do sometimes want to try new things, but don't always have the creative idea for it. But to go along with that, it occurred to me that on the weekend, I was trying to, I don't know what I was trying to do as an activity, but apparently it was really bugging me because I realized I should probably have a towel in here just because my hands get all sweaty when I'm playing. And yet it doesn't happen quite so often when I'm playing on my own as when I'm streaming. So there's obviously something about the streaming that bothers me more than I realize, and I have to figure out what that is. That sort of still happens, I guess you could say. And I want up. I didn't bring extra sand. Okay, that's not going to last then. Finish this off a little bit as a thought to reach things. Right. Go, okay. You're hearing the clicks up top. That's actually the result of the farm. Or I hope you're hearing the clicks, but anyways, the farm mobs just, they fall down, they go splat, get burnt, and yay, they're gone. Okay, what? This one down here. Yep, that's where I need the remainder of the scaffolding. I was just about to say I didn't pick them up, but no, I did. Good. We're good. I think in the torch and everything else, I think we're reliable enough. We should be able to handle it. Yeah, so as you can see, things are getting jammed here. I have to figure out quite why that is, but I'm not too fussed. I just know that those will despawn, so I get less arrows and everything else. That's why I want to swap it in the filters at some point, so that the thing that despawns is actually flesh, because I can find a use for everything else, but the flesh is the one that's kind of stupid, and I only use it for trading. So yeah, that's all that one. That's what she wrote. Get a good glide out of this. Nope. Can't quite see what's going on here. Do a big pass. Yeah, there's some creepers and stuff. I discovered by accident, actually, I have to be careful. If I get too close, I can trigger the creepers. I wasn't trying to land in the farm. And the picture has a lot left to be done on it. Still needs a ton of things, but that's okay. We'll come back to that after if we run out of other things to do. I'm enjoying the swish of the rockets, so sometimes I come in a little faster than I need to. Hey. Oh, well, sorry, cat. That's just life. Actually, I wonder if I have any fish. One of the things I didn't have yet is a fish farm. Do I have any fish? Nothing I can feed you. Oh, sorry, cat. Tough luck. Oh, just forgot something else I want to do while I was here. So that. I switched it to coffee this morning because I definitely need it. Did I do that backwards? Oops. Oh, not command. That would explain a lot. Fired. This. Yeah, that should work better. Okay. So hydrates would actually be coffee rather than water. Okay, signs. Yeah, let's first ditch the extra buckets. Ink. Yeah, I have a place I can go jump. That's good. All right. First, I'm going to clean up that view. Oops, I guess I do need buckets. Do need buckets for cleaning up the view.
2, 4, 6, 8, everybody hydrate!
There we go, and it reminding me to hydrate. So the way that comes up, get the coffee open. Yum. Fantastic. Yay. You can't stand between me and coffee. No, there's a point at which coffee may actually contribute to sanity. But I do realize that coffee hydrates and stuff like that are not necessarily productive. It helps me wake up in the morning, but I think over time it does become a bit of a crutch, I guess, probably. Okay. So Delen's dealing with lava because I'm going to shrink the farm back down to being just the ones required for the stone generator in the middle, the manual stone generator. And, remember what order to do things in. Woo! Okay, I want to get on the roof. There we go. Actually, I sit up straighter and stuff like that when I'm flying. It's kind of weird. Free stretch. Oh, crickety crack. So I went to bed a little earlier than I have been the last few days. Last night, went to bed earlier, and still slept in late. So I didn't oversleep. I'm not quite the peregrine rolling out of bed, but was not on top of things as much as I would like to be. These will probably get eaten. Likely. Oh, good. Nice. That one doesn't have a source. So I don't need to worry about the bucket for that one. Doing my best not to burn up this time. There we go. Not that I don't want to land in these, I actually like the view of the window when I'm doing AFK. It thinks I do have something in the end. Oh well, whatever. I really don't need many whatchamacallums as I think I do. Of a edge. That's an expansion point. That's it. Out. Yeah, so I can pop off this one, that one. Those are acacia trapdoors, right? Right. Lack of fire spread, okay. Ones to get over that mess. Might be smarter. Whoa, whoops. Okay, I have to learn not to do that. Yeah. Try that a little bit differently. An addiction to flying, but I still have a lot to get used to in terms of where things are position-wise, and I'm on the wrong roof. Oh, okay, forget it. Classic dirt. This dirt fill. That. Sure. Don't really want to be burning up the filler because that's my emergency filler for the other work. Okay, let's just pick off all of these. Take out all the lava, and then I know where I'm at. Nothing's gonna like spill on me. Off the thing. Probably easiest. Everything out. Use your brain, Dylan. Keep trying to figure out how to take these off without having me burn up. Me. I only picked up 2 trapdoors. I should have picked 1. I should have picked up. Oh well. That. That one? Everybody? Everybody, okay. Good. It's a quiet morning just because I'm semi-focusing, so I apologize to everybody if that's not your cup of tea. Okay. Some sort of block. I can just put down early, actually. I have no idea where that went. Still better. Perfect. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I cannot hear the tunes, so I'm just going to turn them up a little bit. So, too loud, do let me know. I do. Bedtime. And stuff out here as well. Run out this way. All right. Seems like Fantastic Sherlock Fox really wants a Lego stream. Because as far as I know, he's one of our biggest contributors. So while we're there, the Lego Stream Challenge is what it says. I will be doing, or hopefully, I will be building some Lego one way or the other. And the Lego Stream Challenge is just to see whether or not I build an end-to-end kit, like this, and start from one end to the other live on stream. It would not be inside my regular schedule. It would be an external thing, so evening or weekend or something like that. Just a little bit different. I usually do have music in the background. The problem with the music is that not all of my playlists are the same volume level. So the resulting effect is that sometimes what they fade into, volume-wise, is not loud enough right from the get-go. Okay, why do I have dirt there? I didn't even know I had dirt there. That explains a lot. So yeah, that's the idea. Fantastic Sherlock Fox, the awesome person that he is, got me a new kit of Lego this weekend to celebrate the stream weekend. I don't know if it's a tradition or what, but been very kindly doing that since we started. It was a lovely surprise. Oh. Okay. Quickly, instead of that, run over here and ditch some of the buckets. Put these over there. And so anyway, he's been giving me kits like that. So I have received I'll show it off when the server reboots, but I've received the Hogwarts flying lesson with Madame Hooch, and it also comes with a Draco and Neville Longbottom. So those are great. I love those characters. I don't have a Madame Hooch yet, so that's part of why we got that one. I also don't have much that holds up flying characters, so that's a nice treat to have as well. Or I'll get lava anyways later on. That I'm keeping? No, I'm not keeping. Yeah, that's keeper zone. We should be fine. I'm not using lava for much right now, so I'm not too bothered by the fact that I'm going down to a smaller quantity. So at any rate, that's what the community challenge is about. Is I've been itching to build something for myself, and I'd like to do that, but I actually also am enjoying doing it on stream. So it was just one of those: did people want to see it on stream, or should I just go ahead with it? I find it interesting that Fantastic Sherlock Fox was interested in it, partially because as my other half, you'd get to see it anyways if you wanted to, just walk in the room. But it's a treat to be able to share it with people if they're interested. That's where we're at. And the odd time, as in once in a blue moon, we get people such as the local brick shop dropping by. I've actually been introduced to them via Maribel Jade. It's just that the majority of the time I stream is also the time that they're streaming, so their community doesn't drop by, and honestly, I'm not normally doing Lego at that window, so... Alright. Time to put back the ones up top. No problem. Some people have add-ons like Frankerface or sometimes the Better TTV mod, things like that, that can prevent people from seeing things like community challenges. So I'd like to mention that sort of thing. Whoops. There we go. Just wanted to mention it in case anybody else was not seeing it. Okay, this way. That away. 4 more. 1, 2. I figure 5 is good because it's the maximum length that I could possibly mine in stone. Technically. Yeah. So that's why I figured that's a good length for it. Then I can get that part done. And we shall slab it right away because I have no wish to be on top of... Betcha. I betcha if I don't aim properly. There we go. And I didn't lava log it, I've got spares, right? So, not lava logging, which means I'll just delete this one so I can safely go in and tear them all out. Alrighty. Got just enough, which is fine. One up here. Keep forgetting that lava, you can't actually do what I was trying to do. But it's probably for the better, because then it becomes non-spawnable if I put it up by half a slot, so it's all good that way. Remember to get out of this, though. There we go. Four and 5. 2, 3, 4. I'm not flying right now. 5. Oops. Two, 4, and 5. Ha 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 ha. Alright. Under these covered over. That's that for this one. so, oh, actually, here's something interesting. Oh, that's odd. I'm very sorry to hear that. Fantastic Shock Fox. Some days we win, some days we lose, I suppose. Oops. One of the things I do like about having the elytra is when I remember, for things a little bit larger than jumping off roofs and stuff, I can actually... Oh, there we go. Wait. One thing I like about jumping off roofs and stuff, but usually that's too small a distance. Now that I've got the elytra, then I can actually fly away from things. Doesn't make much sense. I meant more as a parachute. Oh, what I'm looking for. Yes, it's a filler, it'll become dirt, but that's okay. More dirt than I know what to do with, so that's not a problem. Bit of a safety ridge. And I'm kind of obsessed with this whole one block lip, so just about everything I do will almost always have an entire one block lip all the way around. This kind of corner is actually unusual. So I must have needed a block for something. I was very glad when our server put together one of the shulker farms, because elytra or not, I don't like the end, and shulkers are okay, I guess. I just don't really enjoy farming them manually. So the fact that a shulker farm has been built meant that in theory, I can make this monster go away. Full wall here. And just put dirt and stuff in shulkers inside. But that's one of those ones where at least I know where it is. It's kind of labeled of its own accord, so I don't really need to do much with it. Now that the storage system is functioning at the mob farm, when I happen to be there and when it wants to, I'm debating putting another one in for this sort of stuff and just having it come off the end down this direction. But I want to look at one of the old Java worlds that I did a couple seasons ago, because I think there's another format I'm going to use in there and learn or relearn about using dropper towers, or possibly actually I might go to a water stream elevator. It's probably the easier one, and they just have big wool storage out here that I decorate as something. I haven't decided what yet. Really weird. I'm getting like artifacts going on the torches and stuff when I move. It gets like a green edge to it that briefly makes me think that I've dropped seeds or something behind it. I mean, we've got more wool than we know what to do with, and it's all backed up in the system. Even this will be plumb full pretty soon. Oh, okay. It's not. That's good. Thought it would be because that's white sheep. They all tend to tons of backup. I mean, I have enough chests of white that, you know, once again, I could shulkerize it and make it easier. So we'll just have to see about that. That's not necessarily critical for today's plans, because today's plans more were designed to be figuring out things like what is in some of these boxes and put labels on them so that I don't have to hop around looking in everything all the time. But the big key was to get the storage done and to get the lava dealt with. And where that away? Get wrong box. No, this is all wood stuffs. I never remember which ones are on which level, so that's not critical. Glad your chat's working better now. Fantastic Dog Fox. I think. Let's see what here. Try this. Today's question of the day is, what is the most annoying habit someone can have? And I mean, some people may have more than one answer to that question, such as it could be very annoying when you're in a deep conversation with somebody and they just suddenly squirrel off to an utterly different topic. And it's really only annoying when you're interested in that topic. Or it could be something like people will, what else do they do? They'll get to start to tell a story, and they just never seem to get to the point of the story, and it just goes on and on and on ad nauseum. I do that. So yeah, that's it. My son does that, and I think I've trained him into it. Random junk pressure plate can go there. And so there's suggestions like that. Some people have habits that they have difficulty growing out of. I mean, for kids, it's things like, sucking your thumb or whatever. For adults, I mean, there's always those ones like, for example, we had in the musical Chicago, of course, there's a song about people offing their husbands. The ladies had done that. I have zero intention to do so, so just making that point now. But they had done so because their husbands had one or more annoying habity reasons that they otherwise were really sick and tired of. One of them was popping their gum repeatedly. So, I mean, that's one that can get really quite annoying. There's also some people that, as teenagers, I find one of the annoying habits that scouts often have is that frequently they will, even if you talk to them about personal hygiene, they will make an assumption that if they can't smell it, therefore they don't stink, which is not the case in a lot of situations. Fantastic Sherlock Fox, you do not have annoying habits. No, you do not have annoying habits. Certainly not. Good day to you, Grief. Evening, I suppose? I'm doing the math here. Yeah, probably closer to evening anyways than it is here now. And good morning, Peregrine. Welcome on in.
Hello?
I would say one of the things that some people often claim as annoying habits is things that their siblings do. And that's partly just because we live with these people day in and day out, and they can really get on our nerves when they do that sort of stuff. I mean, honestly, if it's our spouses, that's a little bit awkward simply because spouses are people you've chosen to be with, or life partners or whatever, somebody you've chosen to be with. So if they've got an annoying habit, it better be outweighed by the reasons that you decided to get connected in the first place. That's just my opinion. Other people may choose to disagree. Sometimes there are annoying habits that people can't get over that surfaced after the arrangement had been finalized. Arrangement? Sorry, that sounds like an arranged marriage. That's totally not what I meant. So, Peregrine, you're so sore right now. What have you been up to that has made you sore? How did this get done? Okay. Better figure out which ones I can pull out safely. That one. The idea with this one, when it's not shoving things right through, is that the minecart goes back and forth and it sucks up the objects. But when it gets here, the redstone, because there's enough in there, it turns on as things back up. So it turns on to keep the minecart there, so it's constantly dumping. But of course, the minecart's empty right now because there's things in there. So what I'm intending to do is trying to set it up in such a way that when the chests get full, then it will dump into here, or like into, sorry, a composter. But I have to figure out how to split that off in such a way that it won't do both. I'm trying to figure what I do with. I guess I can fix the track later. Pull that out. It's not like the rails are actually doing anything at the moment. Pull out these two. Should be an easy way to do this and let this part still keep working the way it does. Actually, I was thinking if it's just into the chest, then if I back it up off here, yeah, I think I got that. Okay. I think I got this going. Ow! Wow, Peregrine. So, what part of you got bashed up the worst? And the other question is, what type of bike do you have? That's another one. Like, is it something that's got half decent tires, or are we talking like a set of road bike tires that don't handle gravel very well? Oh, Creef. That's hilarious. Well, I haven't clipped the falling into lava yet. I should. I keep forgetting to highlight that part and get it out of the road. Okay, let's out the trail. I'm thinking. Now, can anybody in chat happen to remind me, does a composter have to be filled directly from above, or can I fill it from the side? I know I can pull from the bottom. It has to be from the bottom, but I can't remember whether or not I have to fill the composter from the side or not. Or, I mean, sorry, if I have to fill it from the top. That's the one I never remember. Which determines how deep I have to dig down on each side here. Pretty sure it's the top? Okay, perfect. That helps, Tom. So that would only apply to one side. The question becomes... Oops.
Hello.
Hello. That means, where is my stairs? If I put a composter way down, how far does it turn out was really my question. So, what do a debate? Do I want 1 or 2? I think it might be easier to multi-hopper the contents back out to a location rather than having separate composters, because I'd rather than having a single composter, because I think the contents may still back up if I do it that way. So let's try. I'm going to derp my way through this. I was going to do it on stream on the weekend, and then decided that wasn't the smartest plan, so I'm going to do it today instead. Science! Okay. I'm just thinking if I put the composter here, hopper there, which could go out sideways, provided that I don't have anything else in the way. Other than walls and dirt and stuff. Okay, looks like we're good. I just don't like things being way, way, way down underneath me in order to get stuff, because then I get really tempted to try and make some sort of elevator at the end. I mean, hoppering out into a dropper that's got to be triggered and yada, 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 and that's doable, but it's a pain. Okay. Anyway, stop doing that. We're gonna have ourselves composter that will go. Oops, switch this one into a hopper into. Back this up. Don't want to go underneath that in terms of where things go. Go up this way. Down. This way. Hopper here. Composter. I think today. And if I do this, then the theory would be that when this one becomes empty, then the part can go. Now, I recognize I'm probably going to get some situations where it's going to overflow badly, but I think what I'm going to do, as it comes through, I'll get some lost as compost, and some will end up in the chest, and that's probably better than nothing, so I might as well just stick there. Perfect. Thank you, Tom. That actually makes sense, because it... I figured that was going to happen. Alright. Where was I here? I'll end up under the farm. Alright, yeah, so that's going to work into... I didn't bring a chest. Okay, give me a sec. This way. Oops. One? No. Gotta put the dirt. There we go. Take away the night. Perfect, yeah, so I'm going to make that, just turn the excess into stuff, other things. Still find myself doing rabbit trail stuff, so if I get really stuck, I know I can fly, well, since it can. Theoretically, I can fly out. Reality, not so much. But, so that, empty. So if I put these two back, rails back, nice, together, okay. There. Watch it do its thing, and see how it behaves at the other end. Right, and it stops here. Well, that wasn't what I wanted at all. It's supposed to go back. I have to lock that hopper underneath for sure. Yeah, definitely not what I wanted. That's okay. So, how much are you putting out for? We'll just turn this off at the other end. More space here. It's funny, even in game, I sometimes feel a little closed in and semi-claustrophobic. Alright, so my assumption then, if I do it differently, that rails, this, I'm going to need comparator and a couple of repeaters. And do I have the skill yet? Nope. Bell does not have the skill for holes yet. Oh, ow. Yeah, definitely don't have the skill for holes yet. Flat. Alright. So, once I figured out what I need for one side, I can repeat it on the other. But where did I put those things? Put them in here. Oh, there they are. Repeaters, comparators, torches. Start. Not what I need. I need some more. Those. Couple. Comparator. One of the things I'm looking for to do, just sort of a going forward thing, is to try and figure out over time. I would like to transition to being more of a, sounds stupid, but more of a hoarder. Because I don't really like always being this like just-in-time creator. And I know that initially it's hard not to be, just because one doesn't always have the supplies to do otherwise. But longer term, I think I'd like to try and learn to be a bit more of a hoarder type person, just because sometimes there are projects to do that it'd be nice just to go, oh yeah, I only really need two comparators, but I'm going to grab 6 just because I've got them, and that way there's no running back if I drop one or despawn it in lava or some such craziness. So yeah, that's one of those things I'd like to get used to, but I'm not quite sure how to transition my attitude that way and how to start heading down that kind of crazy road. So if I throw a comparator off here in this, in the away from here, oh, wrong way, opposite direction. Yeah, that's a great idea, Peregrine, because you really don't want to have people too squicked by stuff, which sounds like you got pretty beat up. Don't have to see it. By the way, thank you very much for showing up, or for not showing up, sorry, for dropping by. Tom, it's always a pleasure to have you drop by. I know you've got a crazy shift, so sometimes things don't work out so well. Really? Okay. There. What, please? Can you put the comparator down? You have the ability. Alright. So my thought is, if I don't lock up the hopper below, or the whatever below, until at least one more away from here, then that should, in theory, help. This. I'm a little bugged by what I just did, actually, because I think I might be screwing up with the rails. That could be bad news bears, actually. Yep, I'd be messing up the rails. One back as I can. Messing up the rails for sure. So, yes. I don't care if the composter's full. It's not going to be. Measuring off that wouldn't be any good. Think about that one. The other thing, for people who are good at redstone, yes, that's the word I'm looking for. For people who are good at redstone, do you guys have any clue why? That's the big piece. Why sometimes things would be such that you want to power the block, and then basically, I guess where's my question coming from? What I was looking at is I was working on the sorter out at the mob farm, and they've got a design that's sort of like X-shaped. I'm just trying to. There we go. Seriously, woman. There we go. Call in something else instead. They've got a design. It's kind of like X-shaped. Oops. And when they do that, they've got. But this is the other, and this is represent. Compare to go this way, and just that's not really what's going to be there, but whatever. They've got a design that goes like that, and what they ended up doing is this sort of pattern with. Where's the other one? I have extras. That's why I'm building models. This way. There we go. They'll have redstone here, up top here and here, and down there, and then they also have a block in this floaty zone up top. And I don't understand why they do that. If that's something I'm trying to figure out, trying to learn the why, because my brain is old-fashioned, where you just got to have flat stuff. Now, my assumption is they're doing it so that they can actually make it flat, or not make it flat, make it 2 wide rather than 3 wide, because if you had a redstone as opposed to a block there, it would power, it would affect the repeater, and also it would affect the comparator. But I don't know why it does that. So, yeah. I was thinking something similar in there. Problem is the rails and stuff are going to get in the way. So that's not going to be an option. I need to think about that. Hey, more spam. Ooh, well, that's our signal that it's Lego time. We switch over, and I will be right back with you. All right, we are live with Lego. So, just going to move the mic. And I have to remember to move the mic back, so if I don't, bad things happen. All right. So, first thing I was going to show you was this is the picture-ish. If I hold it still, there we go. Yeah, of the new Lego that I got from Fantastic Sherlock Fox on the weekend, celebrating the fact that I streamed again, which is handy. Handy that I always love Lego, so it's great. But he's also been putting our posters in frames for me, so that looks great. Let's see what happened to... Oh, this got bonked. Everything's slightly warped out this morning, but we'll just go with it. It won't kill anybody. So where we left off... Oh, that's going to drive me crazy. Excuse me a second, guys. Oop. Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. I got the cable stuck behind. Does that help? No, it does not. We're still twisty. I think I actually might be denting the wall, so I have to check that after stream. Alright, well, we'll go with it. In any case. So where we left off, we've got the cover built with all the stickers inside. And now we're just starting with the interior of the picture. So I'm just going to move that off. And let's make sure we don't go over long. So we've got... First off, there we go. I organized everything in a way that ends up not making a whole ton of sense to me, but that's just because I never know how things are going to come up when you actually want them. So when they've got one thing from one side and a whole bunch of little pieces from the other side, it feels like it should all be together, but it's not. And that I understand that that makes sense for packing reasons, but not necessarily for sorting reasons. It is what it is. We've got some sort of wall display thing. I'm hoping I'm going to figure out what it is fairly soon, because the picture's kind of... Minuscule picture doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense, I guess. At least on the other hand, I'm not putting things upside down. Okay, where are we here? Find the other bits. Okay, these two little pieces. They want some gold toppers. And then some flat cookies, so to speak. So this is the Hogwarts Moment divination class with Professor Trelawney. So we have a Professor Trelawney sort of hanging out. She was played by Emma Thompson in the movies, and Emma Thompson did a fantastic job of being exceedingly weird. And I think that's one of Emma Thompson's strengths, actually. It's just weird characters. I think I liked her far better as Professor Trelawney than I did as a teapot in the live-action computer generation combination remake of Beauty and the Beast. And I think the reason I liked that better is A, she's not really the world's greatest singer, and B, is that she put too fine a point on it. Didn't look the role, but then I admit I am biased in favor of Angela Lansbury, because she can both sing and make a great British teapot. So I liked that angle. But I mean, Emma Thompson is a really good actress. She does a lot of fantastic things. She just didn't seem to fit in that role for me. Okay. Making sure I didn't miss anything. There we are. So we've got an owl sitting on the top of the shelf. That'll be cool. And then got maybe an arch with a couple of, is it gray or brown? Brown. One thing Lego doesn't do well is differentiate their colors in their instructions. I understand they're trying to make them the colors of the real thing, but when you've got walls and things that have multiple little pieces that are similar colors, like there's some gray pieces that are the same color as these darker tans that I just put on, that it's not always easy in the lighting to be able to see what you've got. And now I do know I should put additional overhead lighting here. That's a get to at some point thing, because the setup here, as Fantastic Sherlock Fox will tell you, is somewhat janky by choice. He had an alternate suggestion that I promptly declined, because I didn't want to purchase any more equipment at the time. I'm still not keen on the idea anyway. Okay, so it's 1, 2, I have to sandwich. What is sandwich? Oh, another one of these 1x4 strips, okay. And then that sits on top of the owl. Ah, I see here. Okay, so let's see how close I can get this, that it will actually... Yeah, there. It's gonna sort of... I don't know how well you guys can see that. It doesn't focus great on this camera. But it's got an owl in there, and it doesn't yet show us where that goes. Let's turn the page and find out what's next. Ah, okay. So we just put a couple more strips on the bottom, and then it goes onto the back of the book cover. Right at the top. Oops. There we go. This one should attach a little better than some of the other pieces we had in the previous moment set. They had some really janky lineups. So we'll have to see. When you start pinning things to the side pieces, that's always a challenge. All right. Where are we here? Can we start on one more? Let's see what's next. Cupboards. Never have too many cupboards. Got window frames with doors. Oh, and there's my timer. So that was 5 minutes of Lego in the middle, which I really should learn to change subjects for topics during that piece, but it is what it is. So back we go. All right. You're very welcome, Fantastic Shelf Fox. Anytime. So we've got... This one will probably be able to be perpetually running around at the top, but the fact that I've got it kind of janky underneath, we'll have to see what I can do, because I don't really want to mess too much. One of the things is by having a comparator here, I've messed up the rail part at the top, so these two spots here and here would not be picked up correctly. So I think... Yeah, that's not going to work very well. Because the way I've got it set up right now, it will actually just fill up everything. Yeah, the plan I had is not working as hot as I'd originally anticipated. Okay, let's another janky idea, so let's try and vote that. What if what I was attempting to do, just so I was filling all the blanks, what I was attempting to do was to take a measurement off this hopper, but do it in, like that one's doing. This one does it anytime there's anything in there from a drop from the rail cart. It unlocks, or like powers off, pardon me, this rail so that the rail cart sits there till it's empty. But when things are backing up in here, then it, of course, keeps the rail off and the cart doesn't go anywhere. What I was attempting to do was to get a signal and then measure like farther out, so that if there's more than a certain amount, then it unlocks this hopper to go down here. But the way I've got the rails built, that's not going to work. So, pardon me. So, if I just do that, it will also shut off the redstone, so that the cart won't go. Just trying to think this through out loud, and it's not. My brain's just not working right now with this one. Might just make it a manual. That's probably the easiest. Is just to put together like a redstone down this level, down here, to unlock the hopper. That might do the trick, and then I could operate it from outside, just so that when things look full, I could do it manually. I don't know, I don't like that idea because it's not solving the problem, because I could just as easily simply dump things straight into the composter. See, I'm trying to think out loud, and it's not working too well. As expected, yeah, as soon as that the hopper got empty. And I don't mind having this being the backup, like that would like to be the first spot. Let's see, I've already got a measurement coming off there, so I'm wondering if there's a way I can use that. I just off this. That. Nope, that doesn't do it. Gotta be here. It has to override the repeater. I'm sure people are who know what they're doing are probably yelling at the screen going, "You need to do this," and I'm just being oblivious. What is behind this wall? Ah, redstone torch, okay. Now if I turn this off the torch. Okay. Put off that torch. It's still on. Plop. Go away. Put that in there. That shut off the torch because there's power coming through. Okay. Can't compost dirt, so let's throw that in there. That in there. No. Out the system. Not that system. Cut out. Go away. Jam up this. Stuff you can't put in the box right now. Keeps that off. How much overflow do I have? Kind of wondering, can I use that to turn on a hopper system? Actually, that would fill up a lot of hoppers. Oh, no go. No go. I'm gonna have to think about this more, which really stinks. But it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. I have to work it out in a creative world. Well, in the meantime, just take these things back out. I don't really want to give up on it, but I don't really want it to be...
Hello?
Hello, good to see you this morning. Glad you could make it. I gather you got back safely from your trip, so that's really good to see. You being Benson, sorry, good morning. I had a good weekend, got the sorter redone, finished for the mob farm, so I'm happy with that. It's putzing away if I go near it. But this will just try to figure out how to deal with the overflows in the hoppers. Turn that back on, let it do its deal. Oops, I messed up the rails. Can I do it fast enough? Probably not. Yeah, it's going to stay there. It's got things to dump, but it's full, so that's fine. Here and here. And that messed up everything. Fantastic. Again. Silly. And then this. Oop. Oh, hush, Storm. Nobody needs you. That will do. Right. Get this put back so that order works. Maybe. Kinda. One and this one. This one. That's even worse. On. Oops. Okay. This rail. Got that one. Good. This rail. Great. This one. This way. How many rails left? 2. Excellent. At least we'll get things semi-functional. The way they used to be. Of course it's not going to work because I've got junk in here. Nowhere for it to go. That's what the whole issue, the whole story is about, isn't it? Let's just clear it out, let it start composting stuff. I've got some backup, we'll go with that. No! Get out of here and just leave this monstrosity away. It's noisy. Just too noisy. One way or the other. I'm going to need some redstone, so let's just pop in. Gives me 3 seconds of think time. There we go, extra. Enough with the stupid doorway. There was at a time when there was a reason for that fence. Not sure it's still there, but yeah. Thinking this one out loud is not cooperating. This gap. Oops, I have to have one up there as well. Yes, it's looking familiar. The barrel isn't actually really going to be there. Representation of what I've got going at the other end that runs the dispenser thing. So it helps make things too wide, 2 elements wide, but it's a lot. blocks, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make use of that design in here, and it looks like I won't be able to. Not the way my brain works. This one, in theory, should be perpetually on, because anything that comes in is going straight into the composter. I keep having the, I wonder if I can, no, sorry, no go. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. On here, okay. Poppers to check, right? To chest, yes. I'm sure somebody's got an easy design for this, but yeah, not. Good call. Excellent. Try and take the crown. That sounds like a good plan. CJ? That wouldn't be bad. Gotta be here. Okay. Well, kind of curious. The real learning, yeah, weird. The learning experience for me as well. If I turn that off, stops the thing up top, but not the bottom one. Not what I want. This. Not that. Want to help anyways. Hope you can compost. Just me. Yeah. This goes out. Oh. Where's that coming? Okay. Hmm. Nope. Okay. I bang my head on the wall on this all day. Not going. In that case, I don't want this here at all. Take that out. Okay. Back. Never do something on stream that you have to thought through first. If I ever get this figured out, I'll tour it with people, but yeah, so far, not happening on stream. That's okay. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah. So the rails got messed up again. Correction. Okay, that's not supposed to be up there. Which one up in? I'm not supposed to fit in there. I'm not gonna ask. I'm just gonna go get iron. That's just the... Make another one. Right. Even putting things back is complicated. Well, thank you so much, Lord Snarl. I really appreciate it. Today I'm doing a little bit of derping around the base, and really, really pleased to have some extra company. I'm not used to actually having a raid pop in like that, so it was great. So after this weekend, oops, sleep away the night first. Yom. Well, we can give our buddy Yom some appropriate thanks. And thank you, ITT Tom, for your suggested support. That was really helpful. Second there, I was like, did I not make that out? So I was intending to put together a bit of a composter that would deal with just the overflow from my melon farm. but my brains don't seem to want to cooperate today to figure out how to actually do it. So I'm attempting to put things back the way they were, but me and Rails are not buddies at the moment. So all that happened was that everything keeps trying to change direction, and that's expected behavior. It's just that it's annoying when it happens. Sometimes things look like they're put back perfectly fine, and they don't want to be. Somehow, I managed to make a bunch of my blocks disappear. I've left them somewhere, I'm sure. Which just makes it more complicated for me to get out of the farm. I'm not a great flyer yet. I only learned on Saturday. And I crash into things easily. But let's just go fill some holes. More dirt. More dirt. There we go. That'll solve a few headaches. And then we'll be back to where we were, which is at least a darn sight better than where we are now. I can always manually compost things to start with until my brain helps me figure out how to do this. I know some stuff about redstone, but not a ton. And therefore, projects that involve it often come back to bite me.
Following the leader, the leader, the leader.
Why, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that, Lord Snow. I do intend to follow you. Actually, I've been lurking a little bit, and I quite like your style. It really does work for me. So, going to be doing that momentarily. Just difficult for me to figure out how to do two things at once. So, yeah, there we go. Easy peasy solution there. And then change this part up, because classic manual composter, and then we've got everything on the go. Copper. 2 barrel. Oop, a barrel I said. Does that include, I should ask, are you Benson, including most annoying habit to criticize others, or just criticism in general? I would say if it was criticism in general, then my response is guilty as charged. I do that a lot. But if it's criticizing others, then yeah, shame on them. No, we shouldn't be doing that to each other. I think I'm gonna break stuff, but that's... Yeah, I think I'm breaking things, but I'll leave it there for now. Filling up rather rapidly. Excellent. Sometimes I wish you could just, like... I like modded sometimes. I don't always play modded. Sounds like a Dos Equis commercial again. I don't always play modded, but when I do, there are certain things I really like. For example, if you had a storage drawers, and they also have tape, so you can just close the drawer with tape, pull it out, and you've got a like, it's not like a shulker, but you could actually grab the barrel and move it, or your drawer and move it. Or as it is right now, I would be better off to figure out where to put all this stuff and assist the system, with moving things, or we'll be here all day. I'm gonna have to move things twice anyways. Yeah. These into this barrel. I do want the composter right next to the setup, so it makes it easy to transfer things in. However, these barrels are storage for things that I've already got. So I don't have quite as many on the bottom, but it does mean I do to move a few of them before I can actually start storing or dumping them. There, okay. Now I can move this one. Well, let me get everything set up. I shouldn't say everything, most of it. Barrel back, you can't do that, sorry. And this one has to come out. That was dumb. It's one way to get things moving, I guess. Oops, I'll put the barrel in there. Is that everything? That shouldn't be everything. Ah, that's why. 3, 4, 5. Not a barrel I want in there. Composter. There. Excellent, thank you once again. Barrel's gonna be up here. There we go. Okay. Get rid of this mess. That's what it is, a mess. Things down here. There we go. Let's get this stuff out of the way. So it's not an ideal solution, but it will do for now. So that I can at least wander by and put a load in once in a blue moon. It's not like I need more bone meal, but because the likelihood of things turning into bone meal isn't 100%, and I'm going to end up with less bone meal than the number of melons I've got, and less, and I can easily store bone blocks. So basically I'll end up with excess bone blocks and I can start doing things with. And congratulations to Benson for being the king of the hill. The hill champion, I guess. Okay. Things are rolling. That one's empty. Perfect. One down. So eventually I'm hoping to get rid of all of these crazy boxes. Some of them have things in them, and some don't, so I'll just pull those out. Good. Ooh. That one. Yeah, that's good stuff. Only 3. That's okay. I'm better than nothing. Something tells me I had part of this more covered than I do now, but I can't seem to figure out what I did or why. I need to make sure I haven't totally messed up the top by putting that extra block. Should be... What's in there, please? Nothing in the cart. That's good news, I think. Let's just do a 1 round manually, just to clean up some stuff in the bottom and see if things are going. Base. Should fill up that. Okay. Alright. Be enough to get the cart flowing fairly soon, I hope. I hope. Nope, it isn't. Sitting? Probably sitting as well. Yeah. Oh well. If I broke it more, it'll just despawn, so yeah, it is what it is. That's interesting. Something there should be pouring out into the hopper. From there. So something went way wrong here. This hopper is emptying quite nicely into there, slowly. This one, I guess it's more that things are moving, it's just that they're not moving in a way I can see. Probably what it is. Hop out of this hole. Bit of out of sight, out of mind, right? Not how it goes. Is this one changing? One changing. That's really interesting. It's filling up at least. Okay, well, I have absolutely zero idea, but I will wait till the composter is full. Go. So much for that idea. All right, back to something basic like signage. What time is it here? Yeah, 20 minutes. End up with an extra block. The extra block of dirt came. Sure, I really care, but that is kind of weird. All right, so hoppers. Not doing much with hoppers today. They don't like me. This mess needs to go. Here. So where we started the day today is I showed off the storage. Then also got some of that extra lava chopped off and capped so that I still have stone farm on the inside, but the rest of it a bit more Delenn safe. What else have we got? Not whole lineage. Do I care? No, I really don't care, actually. I sort of know where stuff is. So let's do a few minutes of just dump some stuff away. Wrong way. And check out some carpet art. There's not a whole lot, but always do a bit more of that. Maybe I do need to put signs on things after all. And find stuff. I want to start rearranging everything, but I don't have an idea of how I want it arranged, so that's part of why I'm not messing with that right now. I didn't realize I had that many torches. Red repeaters. I can't. That's the other reason I was looking at. I've talked about wanting to be more proactive, I guess, and less just in time. But I can't even seem to stay organized here, so I don't know. Frustrating sometimes that I'm disorganized like that. And go 1, 2. Glass. The other glass for now. Dirt goes in the outside bin. Water goes in bin. Oh, get off my mouse. All right. That is organized I'm going to get today. Dirt, because I need it. One. Go, and that one. I have to dump everything else too, because I've got stuff that I can carry for carpet art purposes. A lot of boats, so boat behind. Boats. Here. I have scaffolding in here. No, that can go there. Bone meal. Okay, I know where the bone meal goes, and then we're out of here. Not exactly the world's most productive day. I'm not super impressed with that, but could be worse. Just a little bit of iron. I'm going to head to the carpet art the long way around, just so that we can head past the mob farm, and if it's doing its thing, great, but if it's not, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to come through and turn it off. Probably not all that useful right now anyways. I know building a mob farm was part of the whole idea of learning to be not just in time, but not necessarily, well, it's not all that it's cracked up to be. come at the art. I'm still getting kicked out of flying over this thing, even upside down flying, because I can actually see it on the ground for once, which is really, really nice. There we go. Okay, so I'm obviously going to need my reference, which looks like I can pick it up. Oops. Close the browser, yeah, that's great. Alright. I'm just going to finish off with a couple of minutes of adding some extra pieces to this. Not necessarily everybody's cup of tea, so if you need to head on out, go right ahead. But, where we're at. So the original plan was to do a little bit of putzing and sorting out the base, but I realized it's not as bad as I thought it was. So I'm going with it for now. Okay. A lot of this. 1, 2. Go to the rockets for now because I'm not flying. That. This. I'm used to a sword, so let's do that. I think I'll just have to go with it. Junk? Oh, okay. Pull these out. Oh, I know what I was doing. Signage. Oh well. Oh well. Need signs for the moment. Okay. Oops, lots of carpet. Okay. So, the reason I've still got my sword out is because definitely you get visitors. Black, gray, gray, blue, another one of those, blue, one, now, and a bunch, go, what am I missing here? I usually put it, blue, this, oh, red, aha, need a ton of red. Okay, that'll be good for now, and we will just get to it. So, this is one of the things that I often do while I'm watching Dadcraft or Enjoy Creef. Have a great day. Thank you very much for dropping by. This is one of the things I do while I'm watching Dadcraft. Some people spend time branch mining or strip mining or whatever. I spend time in carpet art. For reference, where am I here? I will just quickly bring up the references screen. That's what I'm working on. So it's a bit of here and there sort of stuff. Map art's superb. I'm glad. I thought about doing a picture related to Poirot, Hercule Poirot, and yes, that's as fun to pronounce as it sounds. But unfortunately, the art didn't look that good. I had a couple of ideas and they just weren't looking the way I wanted them to look, so it takes a little while to do these sorts of things. And so I wanted to make sure it was something that was not just recognizable if you have some clue what you're looking at. But if you don't have a clue what you're looking at, then people this which I thought was mildly amusing when I found out, because for some reason it never occurred to me that people would think that. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Take care, Creef. Have a great evening, sleep, whatever works well for you. Enjoy. So it's just, this is the sort of thing you do. On and on and on. That. I've blown it already. Impressed with myself when that happened. 1, 2, 3. Back. Really. There. Gray. and black, and gray, and gray. Okay. There's a couple of reasons, just giving new people heads up. So this split crazy line through here, the left, it's kind of through here is difficult, but where his face sort of starts to lead off, and then there's a bit more face beyond that. From that spot to the left, I need to redo it. And yeah, that's about as much fun as it sounds. But this black line through here is actually supposed to be dead vertical, but it's not. I kid you not, it's off by 1 degree. I rotated the art and redid the pixel bases of it, and it changed everything. The reason I was doing it is I was not keen on having this lime green popping up in places it shouldn't. Like, there would have originally been lime green on his face, and I said, no, no go. And these plants were not turning out green. They're actually like ugly grays and stuff. And so I figured cyan's better than nothing. But as you can see in the original reference art, there's not a whole ton of opportunities for color shift, particularly when you're only dealing with 16 colors. The original has more. So yeah, that's where we're at. So I started at, I think it was about Y93, I believe, and came down to we're now at Y70. So we had a lot of tearing down, and we spent multiple streams doing that. At the very tail end, actually, it was kind of funny because I don't know if I was going to get there the same day I had helped and got there, but I had assistance from our fine friends, the Zerks. They just came in and used their faster tools to help clean up everything. Part of it, I think, is that I squirrel so much, so I can't really blame them for doing that, because they definitely saved more than just time. They saved everybody from another stream on that vein. But yeah. Sometimes you can just keep going with this one because, of course, carpet being non-spawnable and all that jazz. The disadvantage, though, in this zone is that we often get visitors from the pillager raid parties. So, not actual raid parties, sort of the patrols. And you can ignore them at first. For most of the time, they actually get quite close and they just go, and just watch you. And I don't really mind that. But then when you get 2 or 3 of them, the groups band together and they get larger and larger, and then they decide to hassle you, then you've got to get rid of them. And as long as I don't have a full-blown raid, I'm fine with that. But the issue is that sometimes you get a few more visitors you can handle. And so perk to flying is you can get out of there. Doesn't mean necessarily that you've got all solved. It's more than you can regroup, come back to what you were working on. You can see that this goes quite a small way. You can only get probably about non-distracted, somewhere between 7 and 10 rows in a DC stream, so about roughly 2 hours. Distracted, which is quite common. I usually get about 5 rows to that. And it's just a lot of what pixel comes next. And you start to appreciate a little bit when somebody had to make the art that became the paintings in Minecraft. Not. We're trying blank. Into. Okay, yeah. It's one of those things that you can't really converse through, or you can, but it doesn't. A lot of chitter chatter channel, and for very little reward. I mean, I actually did a bit of a test run, even focused, not saying anything, working on this, versus taking a wood pick and trying to mine out a straight row. The wood pick was actually faster. So you can imagine that we don't always fill streams with this sort of stuff. I'm just using it to wrap up today. There's a little bit of a catch up. Looking for another big project to work on. So I'm on to the next one. I keep thinking that I should probably get onto something for the mystery character Father Brown by G.K. Chesterton. Unfortunately, I'm torn between doing a bike or just doing a Minecraft church. It's probably going to be the Minecraft church, only because monstrous objects, even like unless you're flying, but even then it does start to look a little bit odd when you try to fly just to be able to see something from the correct angle, and you can't really see those sorts of objects from the ground. Oop. Dead. I need to try and figure out what to do. You like the church idea? Yeah, me too. So I've really just looked for a church design that I like, because the default ones just don't quite cut the mustard, so to speak. Uh-oh. You can see what I can see. So pink should be down here, but I've got it up here, so I've obviously seen the section. That's the way this thing goes, and part of why I can't do a whole ton while I'm getting distracted with DC is just that I tend to do takes like that. 5. Black. One of the other things, of course, is the game can't, for the art thing I'm following, the pixel layout, cannot follow me. I'm using a program or a website called Stitch Fiddle, designed for making patterns for knitting and crochet and that sort of thing. And so really it's just following it's like a counted cross stitch in a way. So for those of you that have been in with DC when he has raided Old Man Chadley, that Chadley's doing a very large cross stitch right now that is counted style, but he's doing some Nintendo themed art, I think it is. Yeah, it's definitely video game based custom art map that he's got going. And so it's very much a counted sort of thing in that vein. Of course, but my stitches are done faster, but getting the actual count in there, I think his count is more effective. But it's definitely not high speed. And it allows him to perfect his conversation, which I think he actually already had a good vein going. So I watched one of his streams where he had been doing actual gaming before. And during his gaming streams, he has a pretty good chatter going. Sort of here, there, and everywhere, but it's one that seems to be really quite engaging for viewers. So, there's plenty that one can learn. One. Yeah. Black. There. So I can really only see about 25-ish rows, I think, at once. So I just need to pull it down. Rest of it. Right, so we're nearing the end. Now this would, for scale purposes, you'll be able to see that I've got, right, go. We've got ourselves down to 150 by 150. And once again, it does taper off on the sides. It's hard to really show it, but if I turn on the topography, you can see that we've flattened out at the top by filling in or cutting down, and then there's land around it. What I'm intending to do when things are done is just terrace out a little tiny bit on each side, maybe 2 rows deep, several Y levels down, just to give it a little bit of a frame, and then I'll probably put in something interesting in there. I haven't used my copper for anything, so I'm debating putting on a copper frame just to outline the edges and let it oxidize so that we get sort of a teal frame, but I'll know by the end of this whether or not I want to do that, because teal might actually look too bad with it, or like look rough, cyan. I have to decide. Maybe I might instead go with the classic and just do the dark oak, because I mean, that's a little bit more like the dark oak frames that one might buy for your house home. But yeah, so I won't be doing carpet art on Thursday. That's the next day I'll be playing Minecraft. For those of you that are interested in the stuff that happens every day regardless, then, oops, correct screen for that. And we're going to do one. Oh, let's try that. So my next stream will actually be tomorrow, and Wednesdays tend to be a break from. That does go away eventually. There we go. Wednesdays tend to be a break from Minecraft just because I need the mental reset, and sometimes I've got grindy things to do before the next actual stream window. So Wednesdays at the moment are Valheim, but I will give fair warning that I'm looking at other games as well. I refer to it as Whatever Wednesday because it seems to be whatever strikes. And I was kind of on a Valheim kick. I still enjoy the game, but I'm discovering that it's two grindy games in 1 week, meaning like there's things to do off camera. And I don't really have the cycles at the moment to be able to do the behind the scenes grind work for more than one game. So I'm looking at another one that might be a mystery puzzle themed type thing. I've seen one from Quaro that I'm liking. 1, 2, 6. And so I'm looking at something like that. The advantage to a game of that sort of nature, whether it be a puzzler or whether it be story-based game of some sort, is that it can be done with prep in advance, because if I was trying to do something off camera, the viewers would miss what's going on. The exception to that is when I played Misc the last time, I derped around and got myself quite lost and tangled. So I just had to backtrack to where I was, and I did the backtracking off camera because I did a bunch of it on camera and was beginning to be confused. So I decided to do that part off camera to get to a place that we could actually make progress from on the next stream week. But yeah, so that's where I'm looking at, is I'm got my eyes open for games that might not necessarily have as much involvement in doing another type of grind. Yeah. I enjoy Valheim. We will come back to it, but probably not until I've got some sort of major project here underway where it's just every stream is something more onto it. So that's where we're at. I'm enjoying working on these sorts of things. Let's see if I can find a good spot to end for today. Probably actually going to be here, so I will just flip up to that one, and we'll head over to the end screen and find somebody to raid. So, go. Okay, so I want to thank you once again very much to Lord Snarl for dropping in with the raid and bringing his followers. Thank you very much for doing a follow yourself. Also, very much thank you to people who triggered off the Hill Champion game today. That's always a favorite. People do enjoy that one. And to those that chatted in the stream, like I can't talk today. ITT Tom and CJ Bot and Creef, and we had Fantastic Sherlock Fox, and briefly had Zerk hanging out for a while. And then always Olivia Benson dropping by and helping out. So, yeah, I think that's everybody. If I missed saying your name, I do apologize. It's been a bit of a scatterbrained morning for me. But I hope to be back and in good form as we progress. Everybody, thank you, Peregrine, for dropping by. Hope you feel better soon. And let's see who we've got. So, today I think we're going to head into Groova. Feel free to say hello and give him our best. If not, you do need to go. That's perfectly fine. So I want to say thanks to everybody, and I will see you soon.
Mislift managed.
Transfer complete.